All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. So first we're going to do some light reading, and then we're going to head over to the Remix IDE so I can show you what I was wanting to show you yesterday. So the ABI is made up of the functions that are in our contract, and it is used to interact with our contract. The ABI is a JSON object that contains the functions in our contract. There's also other information in the ABI, such as the version of the compiler that we use to compile the contract, the ENV version, and the contract name. Essentially, the ABI is a list or the design specification of how different applications can interact with our contract. How we can implement the ABI into our smart contract. For this process, we will be going over a new concept, which is going to be the inline Vyper interface. An inline Vyper interface is a way to interact with other contracts in our Vyper. Now, we can create an inline Vyper interface by using the interface keyword, and then we can define the functions that we want to go inside of or interact with. Now, in essence, the interface tells us the same thing as the ABI, but in a more readable way. Inside the interface, we would see the functions that we want to interact with and inputs and outputs of those functions. Now, we don't need to know the logic of the functions. We just need to know which functions of the aggregator V3 interface we want to interact with. Now, the aggregator V3 interface is the interface that we are going to be using to interact with the chain link price fees. Now, with that being said, let's head over to the remix so I can show you what the ABI actually looks like. So we're just going to open up a file here, the favors.vy. This is a little piece of the contract that we're building now. Nothing specific, but we're going to go ahead and compile it so I can show you what the ABI looks like. So we're going to compile. And it should compile right away because it is a little piece of code. And we will hit this button here, compilation details. You can see here, this is our ABI. And this is everything that's going on inside of our contract that we have so far from just that little piece of code that we have there. So you can see here we have a type string function, name string fund. So let's go back to the favorites and see. We do have a string here called fund, and then it is a function. You can see that's what it is. You can go right here, so you can see that's listed, and it's a string payable. Let's go back and see. You can see it is payable, so that's the decorator we are using. Let's go back over here again, and then we have another one here, string function withdraw, and this one is non-payable. Let's see what's going on over here. So you can see here, this is our string withdraw. It's the function, and it's non-payable. We don't have any decorator over here right now besides the external, so that's why it's non-payable. As you can remember, the non-payables will be the blue buttons. Those are the buttons that are just for viewing. You don't actually have to do any transactions to get those going or deployed. So that's what the ABI does for us. It just gives us the information on all of the functions we have inside of our contract. And you can see this is just from those two little small pieces of information inside this little contract here. So imagine if we had a full contract, how much information would be held inside of the ABI. But yeah, so that's what the ABI looks like. So we're going to keep moving forward. And tomorrow we should be back in the remix again so I can share a little bit more with a little more details, a little bit more information from the contracts that we have moving forward. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, it's the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.